Howdy folks, it's Meandering Mike in the Man Cave of Menace. We are back with our playthrough of Marengo from the Napoleon At War Quad. We finished through turn 5. Here we are on turn 6, and remember it's the Austrians that go first. So we're gonna figure out what they're gonna do. They're facing the French at this river line. This flank here is a little weaker, just a 2-4 and a 4-6. They're not occupying this town here. So let's figure out what the Austrians are going to do. Alrighty, so we are ready to conduct the combats. We're going to start over here on this flank here. This guy was able to get across the river exactly at 5 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We piled up some troops here with supportive here. They're going to get some nice odds here. Depending if this guy can succeed at a 1 to 2 here and they have a surround, they'll probably reduce odds to 3 of them. Although they might hit this at a 4 to 1, risking the 1/6 chance of exchange. They do have, some low guys to lose there. This guy will be hitting 1 to 2. He doesn't have enough for that, but we will be having a 1 to 1 here and a 1 to 1 here. And this here is going to be a 2 to 1. And over here, 2 to 1 and a 2 to 1. So let's start here. See if the 1 to 2 attack succeeds, because if it does, they have a surround on the cavalry. They roll a 1. So this guy will retreat back into the town. This guy will advance. Now, so 1, 2, 7, 8, 9. And since this guy is on this side of the river, he's not doubled. So they could do the 4. They could guarantee the kill, risking the exchange, or they could go for the 3 to 1. They're going to go for the 3 to 1. They don't roll a 6. They've rolled bad 4, but let's risk it. They roll a 4, succeed. So it doesn't matter in this case, that 4. So that's 2 more points that the French have lost. The French losses are now up to 12 versus 18 for the Austrians. They will shove this guy over the river to advance because he's slow. It'd be nice to give the big guy across, but he's got a little faster movement, so he can get places. This flank is looking a little weak. The French might need to fall back. Now, I'm trying to decide what order to do these in here. And I think I'm going to start with the weaker guy here. Now, we're going to start here right in the center, because this is safe. That if he advances and everyone else has to retreat, his nose is going to be out. But he's going to try to punch across the river right here on that salient. And so it's with the artillery, 8, and he's double across for 8. So 1 to 1. Roll to 1, succeed. So this guy must retreat to here. Now, one thing I want to mention about retreating is you must retreat into an open hex in preference. In this case, he only had one place because these are in zones. But I've seen some people play this game where they will retreat and displace someone where they had an open hex. You can't do that. You must elect to go into an open hex first, and then if you can't, then you may displace somebody. All right, so this guy will advance across the river. So we've got our nose poking across here and here. So let us now do this flank here. 2 to 1. 6, he fails, and he has to retreat to here. All right. 2 to 1 here. 5 also fails. Wow, all right. So remember what I was saying about this guy sticking his nose across, and if everyone else retreats? Wow, this could get ugly. All right, so 7 plus 3, 10 against across the bridge there. 1 to 1. 6. Okay, so here he does retreat, and he pushes back. Displaces the artillery that he used. Wow. So we could do a 1 to 1 here. We could do a 2 to 1 here. Now, this is interesting. These guys are pinned. If he can go here, they have pinned this guy. Yeah. He would be the only one, those two. 8. See, that would be a 2 to 1. Wait, yes, because no, 2 doubled to 4. 8. Yeah, 2 to 1 or 1 to 1. 2 1. I think we. Let's 1 to 1 and 1 to 1. Let's do this as 1 to 10 against 4 8 doubled, so 1 to 1. 5 didn't matter there. All right, and a 1 to 1 there. Roll a 2. So, do you advance? Very risky. But it's pinning all those troops, and now everyone's up within range pretty much. Well, let's see. All these guys, they keep the French close. But we're talking potential here. The thing is, if he comes into here, both of these guys have to be attacked. So that's some seriously nasty commitment of death there. But, you know, they could sacrifice this guy here and attack 2 against 10. That's 1 to 5 odds. 2/3 chance that he'd be eliminated. But they could get the surround on him. Thing is, he could, well, no, see that. This would just be crazy to come up in all these cases. But no, he's not going to advance. Not going to advance. These guys are still pinned, and we'll see. All right, so that was everything on the Austrian side. This worked okay here, but this did not. I mean, this guy did succeed in pushing him back, but he's not going to advance if yeah, it just didn't work out well. So it is going to be the French turn 6, and they get reinforcements. All right, we're finishing the French portion of the turn. Those reinforcements came way up in that corner up there, where normally they would be coming down this trail. These came way over there. Decided to retreat a bit, form a line, spread out. They are trying to get the kill here, so this guy's coming in for a suicidal attack. Between these guys here, 13, they're getting a 3 to 1 on him. So 5-6 chance of killing it. This artillery is, wait a minute. Yeah, right. 6, 11, 13. And he is shooting at this guy here. All right. And this guy here, he's just engaging back. We'll do that first, get that out of the way, a 2 to 1. He wouldn't mind succeeding. If he retreats, he's okay. The line's still good, but if he succeeds, he's just going to stay where he is in that town there. Well, 3, he succeeds, so this guy retreats, and he's going to stay put. All right. So this attack first, 3 to 1, 13 versus 4. Da-dum-dum, drum roll. 5. They just barely succeed. This guy is killed. More Austrians. Now, they might as well advance here in this case. Because it's at the river. on that salient. Now they're going to be able to get over it. Well, actually, they're not. 1, 2, 3, 4. These guys all move 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this guy could come over. So they could hit this guy from across the river if bring this over, but these guys cannot get it. Only moving 3 really sucks here. So this is a pretty decent line still. Okay, now this guy, 2 against 10, 1 to 5. If you have odds less than 1 to 5, it's minimum 1 to 5. So there's always a 1/3 chance you could roll 1 or 2, get attacker retreat instead of an attacker eliminated. He rolls a 6. No, he's very dead. So they managed to kill the 4 strength Austrian that was here, but they did lose a 2 strength French guy in the process. Now, one of these guys could advance. And in fact, this is a case I'm gonna actually do the advance because that opens up a spot. If this guy can come around, this could allow like this guy to get into here. So this is a case where the defender I want to advance with. This is, I mean, because normally he couldn't move. He can now advance, and this guy can still either come here or try to swing farther out. But yeah. Now the disadvantage of that is they are going to have to attack this guy, but they've got artillery and all this stuff here, so they're going to have no problem again trying to get odds on this. But all right, so we're not done yet because we have to roll this here. It's 2 again. It doesn't matter actually. Well, in a way it does. Is if this is 2 against 10, it's if you roll 1 or 2, you could elect to retreat with the. You can take the result if you want to. So technically, you should roll it. 5. Attacker eliminated. He won't take the result off you. But if you roll 1 or 2, there's no reason for him to really retreat from there. But all right. So that was the French turn 6. We're rolling on up. Turn 7 is next. So I'll be back with the Austrian turn. All right. So he swung around to here. If he can succeed in retreating him and advance, these guys can try to baz this pretty good. The question is, what odds do we want to go here? 8 to 15, 12. So 9, 16. See, these guys right here can get a 2 to 1. So he could actually help here, 7, 12, 10. So that's 1 to 1. That won't help, but here, 12. See, these two can get a 3 to 1 here. He doesn't really help unless we want to increase the odds here, right? Or are we already calculating that, right? 11, 16, 20. No, that's 2 to 1, so 16. Yeah. Oh, unless, let's see, we want to increase the odds here, 10. So instead of just a 1 to 1, go 10 against 4. Because 2 to 1 odds here to increase the chance of getting this around. And then 11, 15 plus 3, 18 against 8. So they can get the 2 to 1. So 2 to 1 and a 2 to 1. And then these guys, 8 can get a 1 to 1 here, and they can get their 3 to 1 there. All right, so that's what we're going to do. Kind of being defensive over here. Reinforcements are coming on next turn right here. 3 units for the French. So we're assuming these scouts can see them coming, marching this way, the banners, the dust, whatnot. This is June, so it could be dry-ish. There could be, who knows what. Yep. So let's do this. 10 versus 4. 2 to 1. They roll a 4. They do succeed. So he's going to retreat out to here. I'm going to push this guy across the river, because this guy could potentially flank out this way. This guy is going to come up. So now they've got their odds here. 11, 15, 18 against this. This is doubled. Even though he's now across the river, he's not attacking. So he is doubled still. So 2-1. So they have a 2/3 chance of killing off this French guy. They succeed. So they're making some headway. Do I want to push the 7 across or the 4? I'm going to push the 7 across. All right. Yeah. And between here and here, let's see if he comes up, if he retreats, that depends. Yes, no. Oh, did I say this? This is only going to be 1 to 2, regardless of what we do. I don't think I calculated that right. Yeah, this is a 1 to 2. Let's see if the 1 to 2 works. 3. No, it does not. So he will retreat. So as far as this line here, he is in a little bit of danger. This guy is going to have to stay and fight. No one can get here if he succeeds. But if he pushes in here, someone could, one of the artillery could come across the river to try to surround that guy. That's kind of risky and kind of stupid. But with these reinforcements getting close, for a 7, for killing a 7. So I'm trying to decide if I want to reduce the odds here. We have a 3-1. If we go here, they potentially, let's see, he's across the river here. Yeah, if we do that, that would be horribly bad odds. They'd have to come in like this. Yeah, they're going to go for it. They're going to go for the normal 3-1. Roll a 2. He pushes this guy back. And he's going to go across the river because he does pin that guy, that 4 strength that moves 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4. They could bring one of these artilleries in here to surround this guy, but they'd have to be engaging him, to try to kill him. That just seems way too risky. So that was the Austrian turn for turn 7. Let's figure out what the French are going to respond. All right, so turn 7 for the French. Let's just see, the guys here come on turn 8, not this turn. So they're spreading out a little more here. They moved up. He's going to fight here with the help of the artillery, trying to retreat this guy and sort of just hold where they're at. This guy's hoping to retreat. In any case, this guy came over here to extend the flank. These guys are getting close. They're getting up here, but they're still not quite there. Thin French line. Wait a minute. Yeah, that guy's only. Yeah. 6. See, this guy here, it's a. No, he's going to go to just to there, so he can help. So he doesn't have a 1 to 3. He has a 1 to 2. He doesn't have the 1/6 chance of getting an AE. So shooting here for 8, 1 to 1. On the 7, they roll 8, 2. This guy retreats. He's not going back across the river. This guy's not going to advance. Even though it would maintain a line, it would mean that they could actually get next to it with more strength and go for a big kabang. So no. So this is a 1 to 2 here. He's hoping to retreat. Roll the 1. They actually pushed him back. This guy is thrown back across the river. Holy moly. Now, should he advance just to pin all those guys? I mean, they're going to... Oh, God, yeah, look, see, that keeps the zone of control here. They couldn't go across here. These threes, 1, 2, 3, 4, they can't make it across here. This guy can't make it over here because he's got stream, then stream. It'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they actually can't get, they could put a zone on this, actually. So they could still potentially, well, no, they're still going to surround the guy, but they can't get up to here. So he would still be mincemeat. So do we stay there? Well, actually, yeah, they stay there because they can't get into here. This guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So he's actually, yes, he stays there. He actually can't be certain unless this, see, this guy actually going to succeed at the 1 or 2 here. Because actually this guy will be able to come. If this guy is here, they'll be able to surround him this way, but there's a chance. All right. So 4 strength against 5, 1 to 2, 4, no, don't succeed. So this guy, if he goes here, if they come in, at least they'll have to engage another guy and soak off a little strength. So even if he dies, they still have a little bit of line here. So that was the French turn 7. We're moving on to turn 8 for the Austrian. Don't forget, the French can start their counterattack as early as 9. But if they wait a little longer, maybe get more guys coming in, they'll have more effective strength to use with the doubling. But they might get desperate and have to do it early. We'll see. All right, turn 8 for the Austrians. They are taking a defensive posture on this flank using the river, the cavalry. These guys did come across, and more are getting up here. They're coming over here. Looks like they'll have a 2 to 1 here. These guys might actually attack this at 4 to 1 and risk that exchange. Try to kill that artillery. They'll have 3 to 1 odds here, 2 to 1. This guy is going to be here. They reduce this from 4 to 1 probably to 3 to 1 is what they're going to do. All right. So let's start with here. 12, 15 against 5, exactly 3 to 1. This guy's going to be on here. So it's just these guys here. I actually decided to bring the artillery up to there so that if they succeed and he advances in, he's 1 hex closer. So actually putting him in. So he will have to retreat if they roll a 6, but there's no chance I could lose it. So 3 to 1. 4, we succeed. This guy dies. The French are losing more stuff. This guy will advance. All right, 2 to 1 here. Roll a 6. He fails. He retreats over to here. This is 9. They're not going to do a 4 to 1. They're going to do a 3 to 1. Go to 2. This guy is going to sort of retreat, spreading the line. Let's see if he advances. 1, 2, 3. They can't get someone around to here. Well, they could go here though. No, yeah, it's not. No, he's just gonna be safe. All right, over here. Let's do the 10 to 4, 2 to 1. 1. He's pushed back. We will advance because he's engaged. This guy's going to die or retreat or and be still engaged. 1, 2, 3. There should no one be able to get here and here. So here they're going to go ahead and do a 4 to 1. Hoping to roll the 1 and just killing it outright. 2, no, he retreats. They will go ahead and move the big guy up there, pinning him at bad odds. mean, this guy could shoot there, but it's he's in a town double 8, so it's 1 to 4. You can't do nothing. You can't get a defender retreat. There's no reason to shoot. Well, I won't waste ammo. There's no ammo in this game or anything like that. But yeah, we won't bother. All right, that was Austrian turn 8. We'll be back with the French. They got reinforcements. All right, turn 8. Let's adjust this a little bit here because I'm going to have to go back a little bit to show the full flank there. Let's see if there we go. So this guy was coming up. He's a reinforcement. He was a reinforcement. These guys backpedaled to form a line. This artillery came over because this guy would have been stuck shooting at 1 to 3 here, but this way it'll be 1 to 2, so he won't have a chance of dying. He's hoping to retreat up to here. They moved the guy over to here. Keep it like this. Murat came down for a charge. This horse artillery are going to try to breach this river surrounding O'Reilly here. His infantry come over, so Murat's taking command of this flank over here and getting aggressive. So it's a counterattack. It's not the counterattack yet, but Banzai Murat rides forward. All right. And so these guys here, if they succeed, they probably won't advance. If they have to retreat, they'll be here, or here, something like that. Anyway, so let's start with Murat and his artillery. So this is 1 doubled 2. He's got 4 against 2, 2 to 1. He rolls a 2. He does. He succeeds. He pushes across the river, surrounding O'Reilly. O'Reilly here is doubled with the river, but to 4. There's 2 to 1 there with the infantry. Roll a 2. Succeed. So this plan of Murat's as he takes control of this flank is working. So over here we got 4 against 5. It's a 1 to 2. They rolled a 6. So if he hadn't come over to help, he would have died here. So he will retreat to here. He will retreat to here. These guys, yeah. So 7 versus 7, 1 to 1 odds. 2, they succeed. So this guy retreats to here, and they're going to stay put. So the French are holding a line, but they're attacking on their right flank, the Austrian left, actually succeeding in doing some damage. So even though they, better part of the caution there, the Austrians pulled back, it's still not helping them. So, but of course the real battle is here. Now, if the French have enough strength and don't lose much more, their counterattack, I mean, the fact that they're still fighting right at Marengo is good for the French. Oftentimes they get pushed back or have to retreat back to here, and then it says the counterattack get them close enough for control of Marengo. But, I mean, the Austrians have lost a lot too. The Austrians have lost more, but the French losses are pretty substantial too. Let's see here. We've got 10, 23 lost of the French. 8, 13, 23, and 5, 15, 24 of the Austrians. So, yeah, it's been a bloody fight. Bloody fight indeed. All right. So, I don't know. I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do the Austrian turn for 2-9 and then end it in the middle. And so we won't know if the French will start their counterattack on turn 9 or 10 or when. So let's do that. Let's do 1/2 turn more. We will do turn 9. Now, the French will get 1 more reinforcement on turn 9. And I think it's way... the one way back here. One guy. All right, but it is a cavalry, so he shows up. So we're pushing on to turn 9, and we'll do the Austrian turn and then stop. All right, here we are, turn 9, the Austrian portion of the turn. This poor little guy here is going to get slaughtered. Now, this is a case where it's 1 to 6. It's reduced at 1 to 5. You can't do worse than 1 to 5. So on a 1 or 2, he will survive with an attacker retreat. 4, no, attacker eliminated. And this is a case where the defender wants to advance because it gets him farther forward. So now he can start chugging his way this way, trying to see if they can peel that that flank of the Austrians. The Austrians already anticipated like bringing back some little guys to try to screen, like, oh my goodness, they're gonna have to screen that flank while they're trying to pound here. All right, so pound, pound, pound. All right, so this is a, well, let's do this first. They're gonna try to well, yeah, should they? Well, I thought I had this figured, and now I don't. I can get 3 to 1 here. So if this guy, yeah, this is the time to be bold. This artillery, these guys, yeah, 10, 13. So 3 to 1. 3 to 1. So if this guy, he advances, he goes for it, and they try to blow this guy away. And here they can get a 2 to 1 on this guy trying to push up. He's just here. So they're going to go for it. So 14 or 3 to 1 odds. They roll 3, they succeed, they push him back. He is going for it. They're saying, we're big, we're Austrian, we're 7-3. Chug, chug, chug. All right, here. So 10, 3 to 1. 4, they succeed. Crunch, crunch, crunch. That is a guard unit. Is that right? That's the consular guard that just died there. All right. Advance. So they want to move that 7-3 that way or keep it now. I think I'm going to keep the 7-3 next to Marengo. So these guys here, this guy couldn't get in range. He just got across the river. This guy went around this way. All right, so 10, 2 to 1 there. 6, they fail. Interesting. So he'll come back to here. And here, they still have a line. This guy here. Yeah, let's see if he succeeds or he doesn't want to advance, but whether he retreats or stays there. 2 to 1, he'll be safe. 4 at 2 to 1 succeeds. This way. He'll go to the flank. Yeah, he's not going to advance. So they're holding their line, trying to advance in good order, not be too crazy. And this here, they're trying to push him out. Wouldn't advance, but he's 2 doubled to 4, and these guys 1 to 1, 5. They failed. So this is the case where you can't say, oh, I'm going to push him back and displace him. No, you need to go there. That's the open spot that he's allowed to retreat to. All right, so that was the Austrian turn 9. I'm going to stop it here in the middle of a turn because the French, they could start their counterattack. You can actually see 1, 2. These guys can all get in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. He can't get in range, but these would all be in range. Or do they wait 1 more turn for that or 2 more turns? We'll have to see. It's been bloody. It's been bloody. All right, Meandering Mike, Man Cave of Madness, meandering through Marengo, the Battle of Marengo. As I said, we're in the middle of turn 9. The French will be up next, and we'll we'll push through to the end. There's 14 total turns, but that'll be 5.5 turns. But the counterattack is coming up, probably turn 9 or 10. And we'll have some excitement then. If there's anything left over the last couple of turns, might be pretty fast. Or it could be down to the last couple of units and they're just still battling, out in and around Marengo, trying to see if who can have. Anyway, so hopefully tomorrow or maybe in 2 days I'll have this done, the last of the playthrough up. All right, so take care, and remember, as I say, take care of your games and they will take care of you. Ciao, y'all.